The Geekbot is online.
There we go. Hey everybody, how are you doing today? A little bit of a technical difficulty getting started. API just didn't want to get out of bed, so better late than never, I think. Hi, I'm John the Unwise Geek, and it's a great day to code. Probably a great day to do a little debugging too. Looking at chat here. Hello, our podcast. How are you doing today? Glad to see you here with us. And let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you haven't noticed, my voice does sound a little different. My podcast microphone, the one I usually use, the one that's like usually sitting right here, is out in the car, which is not a very good place that's conducive for a stream. So I'm using the microphone off my camera directly, and I know those things are notoriously good. If you have any problems hearing me, do let me know. It looked like everything was okay in terms of volume. Yeah. Let's see. You've gone through a few battles with the YouTube API in the recent past. That's good. I'm looking forward to that particular fight. I have a little bit of I don't want to say dread, because it's not exactly it, but I'm looking forward to having that fight. Right now I'm using the API to I'm using the YouTube API to inject chat into the YouTube channel as part of the restreaming. So when you're talking here on Twitch, people over on the YouTube channel also hear it, if that were working. But for some reason that is not. So let's take a look at that and get our debugging going. So if I do that, oh, you know what? I think I figured out why. Where is the Geekbot? Oh, here's the Geekbot. Oh, that might have been the ticket. All right, there we are. So, okay, so there we go. Now we got it. If I type something over here on YouTube, our podcast, you should be able to see that over on Twitch. And it takes about 5 seconds because YouTube polling is a little slower, because initially my first implementation ended up pretty much torpedoing my API quota from Google. So got that sorted out, thankfully. Yeah, so that is working out, and it looks like everything is working with the Geekbot now. So we have stuff that's set on Twitch being sent over to YouTube now too. So great. We're not. Alright, so YouTube is making it to Twitch, but Twitch isn't making it to YouTube right now. That's a problem with the YT listener. So let's take a look at that. So I have this kind of going. Yeah, so YouTube to Twitch is not working, but Twitch to YouTube, or YouTube to Twitch is working, but Twitch to YouTube is not. Could that be because this is out? I bet it is. Well, it's the channel. So let's see. I have to get this little video ID. If there was some way I could get that video ID by the API, just make a call, that would be awesome. And I wouldn't have to do this every time. But feed my video ID into the listener. There it is. Okay, so now Twitch to YouTube is working now as well. Ah, that's why, because that froze. Cool. There we go. Now that's squared away. So, okay, so you see it. Social Chat Ninja. So is that what does Social Chat Ninja actually do? Is it this similar to what I'm trying to do here? In terms of making Twitch chat show up on YouTube and YouTube show up on Twitch? Or basically melding the chat somehow? Alright, so that's squared away. Perfect. What I need to do now, I'm going to go ahead and open up the GeekBot. And I'm going to go ahead and look at what is available from the Twitch API to subscribe and see what my follower events are. Now, okay, so it's okay, cool. It's a Chrome extension that lets you integrate multiple chat platforms. That's pretty cool. Very cool. I kind of went all out, dropping the elbow on melding Twitch and YouTube together with the YT listener and the GeekBot. I fear Facebook. If I ever go to try to stream on Reddit and Facebook too at the same time, I am very concerned. But so it's based on JavaScript. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I am having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing here, and I don't begrudge anyone from using anything like what is it called, Social Chat Ninja or Video Ninja to do any of that stuff. I just have fun making my own kind of takes on them. And ultimately, at the end of the day, every time I do something like this, I learn something. That's for sure. Like this whole thing right here, the button box that I made, was entirely just to learn JavaScript. And it worked out pretty well. So, hey Yannick, how are you doing? Good to see you, buddy. How are you feeling, by the way? You mentioned that the bronchitis was letting up the last time I spoke with you. No recurrences? Half good. Well, half good is half not bad. Oh, whoops. I have to figure out some way to secure this camera a little bit, I think. Alright, so Twitch API. Now, what we're doing is we're going to be looking at the event sub. Now, again, so what we're actually trying to do here is whenever we get a new follower, we can ping this endpoint in the API and have this pop up. So that's what I want to see whenever we get a new follower, and that's what I want to hear in the earphones and send out to the stream. What I'm working on now is, since that animation and that pop-up text is doing what we want it to do, we're going to be working now on getting the event sub in the Twitch API working right. Now that's what we want to do to begin with, and at some point I'd like to also wrangle the YouTube API to do exactly the same thing. So let's see. I see. Oh gosh. Well, Yannick, I'm pulling for you. I hope whatever this is can be knocked out with plenty of rest. And, well, you look horrible. Even if you don't feel that bad, you look horrible, maybe. I don't know. I hope you feel better either way. And, yeah. Well, even if it's lingering, it's at least that you don't at least you're feeling okay, even if you have that coughing thing that's keeping you up. But yeah, feel better, buddy. So, all right, handling events, that's good. Now, I do know that Twitch.io has a event sub library, so I think that's our next step. Twitch.io event sub. Let's read the docs. Okay, so here's a follow event. Doesn't say much after that. Okay, this is the data class reference. Okay, so here's the event message. Coroutine event called when a priv message is received from Twitch. Okay. So let me go ahead and open up the code for Geekbot here. Yeah, you don't have Monday off too, which is a very nice thing because Monday will be my birthday. Projects. Geekbot. Okay. Alright, now let me take a look at this. That's MQTT messages. What I'd like to look at is event message. Okay, so what I want to do at first, print message.raw data. I want to understand basically what comes in whenever we receive an event message from Twitch. Alright, so we're going to save that. I'm going to go ahead and restart the Geekbot. Nope, that's the API. That's not the Geekbot. Okay, so I see that it's had a connection failure with max retries.
The Geekbot is online.
Either way. So let's see what goes on. Alright, so I'm going to go into twitch.tv. And I'm going to do something to try to generate a new follow message. I need to do that from another account. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out of the one that I'm signed into now, which is the account that I stream from. Alright, we're going to log into... Uh-oh. So, part of running Geekbot on the channel is having, there's a Twitch account associated with Geekbot. I just can't remember the username and password that I used for that thing. So, do I have it in that? No. No. Maybe it's in my Firefox settings. Um, okay. All right, all right, our podcast. Have fun lurking. Let's see. So, maybe it's in one of my. Well, shoot. All right, pop open Thunderbird for a minute here. Maybe I didn't need a login for the GeekBot because I'm not finding it in any of my my mail folders. Oh, unless it's in I think I might know what's up. Maybe I should get that into a LastPass. No, it's not here either. Huh. Alright, well, that's that then. I don't have it. So, go over to twitch.tv. We'll figure something out here. Alright, so let's see. Let's figure out what to do from here now. Alright. Hello, wife. Glad you're finally here. Okay, so let's see what this looks like when I actually send a follow. Well, I have another Twitch account and I am following. So does it come through to the Geekbot? No. No, it does not. Okay, so I did get a email that says, hey, this person's now following you on Twitch. That's great. I'm not going to stay following on Twitch, but I don't see a message having come through to the Geekbot from the API. So that's problematic. It doesn't make a notification because it doesn't come through. All right, so okay, so oh my gosh, I should have kept reading. So there are sub events, client event raw, but this comes in for a subscription as an coroutine. Is there a... Okay, so evidently subscriptions are not going to come through a standard event message. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's see if that subscribe event also handles follows. So this is when a user joins the channel. All user notice. Okay. Okay, so let's grab this function. Let's go into Geekbot, and then let's go ahead and assign it. Well, we'll write it here so we can. Async def. Alright, we're just going to print the message when it comes through the Geekbot just to see what it's about and if it works with followers.
The Geekbot is online.
Hello, Geekbot. Welcome back. Alright, so let's go ahead and send a follow and see if it pops up. It does not. Alright, so in that case, let's go even higher level and let's just grab a raw. Or grab what it is raw, that is to say. So if we go up here, we see event raw user notice. Okay, so we're going to call event raw user notice. Alright, let's go back over to Firefox though, because it's looks like it's requiring channel. It also wants tags. We'll see. Alright, so we'll see how this works here.
The Geekbot is online.
So we're restarting Geekbot. Okay. So I wonder if it's because I'm using the same account to follow and unfollow. If it's not catching the right event because of that. Alright, so let's take a look at this. That message. Let's look directly at the event sub extension. Okay, so well, crap. There's only so many fake accounts I can make to test this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So they have a quick example of the event sub that goes behind this. event sub notification subscription. So it's defined as event sub client Okay. So event sub should have been the way to do it from the beginning. So let's just take this. Okay, so let's go back up here into our code, and we're going to go ahead and import, next to commands, we're going to import event sub. If I can type today. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so it looks like you define it looks like you subscribe to event sub using this. Okay. What? Okay, it looks like. Okay. Trying to wrap my head around this. I should have taken a longer nap. So it does look like it's also, it's interesting in the fact that it's also, it's not creating the bot in the usual way. So by what I mean by that is you define your methods. So for example, event ready and things like that in your bot class, and then you just run the class. Just down here, use bot equals bot your class and then run. But in this example, it's actually giving us a different way to do it. It's setting it up as an event. If that's the case. Okay, so what I'll do then is I'll take that subscription, I'll put it right up here, part of my class. Okay, I need a secret string. So I'm gonna go to LastPass, generate secure password. "40 characters should do it." I'm gonna go to, in another window, config.py. Good. Yes, they should not follow before the bot's on and ready. Please. Okay, good. From config import all, and then the event sub is called event sub token. Now we got to figure out what this callback link is going to be doing. So if that's sending something, I could actually pivot that into the set alert part of the API. So I'll have to set that to an endpoint on the API to then handle it from there. So let me go ahead and look at the code for event sub and see what it's doing with that callback. So it looks like it's calling it callback route, and it's expecting it to be a string. That's fine. So in here it's setting it to route as a member of the class. Add post YARL. I'm not even familiar with what a YARL is. Callback. Ooh. Okay. Really? So Twitch will be sending me notifications to that URL. But what is it going to send? Let's look at the event sub API. Maybe there's something there that can... Oh, handling events. So before subscribing to events, you must create a callback that listens for events. Your callback must use SSL and listen on port 443. You think so? Okay, so alright, so basically what I need is something that SSL and listening on port 443. Okay, so 443 is HTTPS. HTTPS requires a domain name. Then that domain name requires a signed certificate by a by a signed an issuer. I have that. So I have unwisegeek.net. I'll set that up as an endpoint to receive messages for Twitch, and then what? So what I could do is what I'll do is I'll set up a listener on unwisegeek.net that receives messages, and then allows a then it has a it'll receive a message, then it'll have a endpoint to serve those messages back to the Geekbot. So the Geekbot will be watching the endpoint on unwisegeek.net, and then it'll also be receiving ngrok. What is ngrok? Let's take a look. I hope oh, okay, public URLs for testing your chat bot. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean that would work. No, I'm good, homie. Thank you though, Yannick. Appreciate it. So let's take a look. We're gonna go ahead and new maybe not new file. New folder. Yeah, no. So, right. So, screwed. New folder. Twitch listener. Okay. New file. Add config pi. Import Flask. Yeah. So what we'll do is have a basic app route. Callback. Alright, from Flask, import Flask. That's all we really need from that. So app will equal Flask name. Oh, I need response too, because Twitch is going to want a response. So, back to app route, callback, cross origin probably, def callback. I think we're going to need to be specific about methods it allows. So in this one, methods equals post. It's not methods though. What is that keyword for? It is methods. Yeah, methods. Okay. But it's not here in callback, it's up here in defining the routes. Oh, okay, so I need to also import cross origin. From Flask chords, import cross origin. Let's see. I'm catching up on chat here. You should take care, because if you continue like that, you will soon reach a level of over-engineering that will be dangerously close to what our podcast and myself did for Hotshot Racing. Well, yeah, no, it's cool. It's fine. I said this whole stream is about over-engineering stuff I could just go pay someone $5 to do for me. Okay, so that wasn't all for nothing. Okay, I have to disagree with you there, dear. Just because it was created, it's out there, and by just changing a few graphics, it could actually be doing something else. So it's just a matter of finding something to. You know what? And also you had a lot of fun, and Yannick had a lot of fun doing it. what I recommend, if you want to make sure that that was all for naught, that wasn't all for naught, and that was a double negative. Sorry about that. Maybe figure out something that maybe you and Marius can work out something where that could be used as a scoreboard for Stardew Valley, where y'all have competitive parsnip picking contests or something along those lines. Anything competitive will do. Ooh, you know what? That could, if so that could be really cool for like if you want to arrange a tournament for golf with friends. Just re-engineer the scoring system and the graphics involved in it. Yeah, all the other stuff is on the back end. That could be pretty cool. Oh, okay. Caught something there. Yeah, it would be easy with the scoreboard. Cool. So, this long story short, with a little creativity and just a few different lines of code, these things can very easily pivot. You would have to play golf with your friends though to build the thing, and I think it's safe to say you're always invited. Absolutely. Okay, so that thing needs to call back. Well, then there you go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this listener pull messages in, put them into a cache, and then just whenever whenever the get messages is called, or get next message is called, I'll have it called repeatedly. Then it'll just provide the next message that it received from Twitch. I think it's pretty simple. I think that'll work. And hey Yannick, hey, it was nice to see you, man. I hope you feel better all the way 100% soon. And have fun walking the dog. And have a great night. Thank you for popping in. So, writing this callback. Now, do I want to do it as a shoot. Okay, so generally I would just use this as a list. I would just save it as a list and then pop the value, which presents it as output, but then it also deletes it from the list. And then when new values come in, just append it. So let's see if that'll work. Okay, so it has to be able to accept notification. Okay. Okay, so this is the following list of headers that Twitch sends in the request. You'll need to use the values in these headers to process different notifications. The request header names are case insensitive, but some languages like JavaScript convert header names to lowercase regardless of how they are sent. Your language converts the header names to lowercase. Use two lowercase before checking the headers. Okay. So it sends an event sub message ID, an event sub message retry, notification at least once. If Twitch is unsure whether you received a notification, it'll resend the event, which means you may receive a notification twice. If this is an issue for your implementation, see handling duplicates. Okay. Okay, so this sends it as headers. This sends the request as headers instead of get or post variables. So I need to actually look at Flask headers. How to get HTTP headers in Flask. That's exactly what we're looking for. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. So from Flask import request, and request headers get your header name. It's a dictionary, so okay, so what we'll do is request. So for okay. Okay. Alright, so headers is handled just like posts and values. Okay. So what I can do, so for key value in request headers dot items, I can data key values, or ooh, even better, headers key equals value. Yeah. So what I also need to do is headers equal. No, I need to. Yeah. Alright, and then return response status equals 200. Cool. Alright. I need to save that somehow. At least log it initially. With open log appending as w write string headers. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Now, in config.py, which again I'll be doing in another window, I'm going to go ahead and recreate that event sub token. So I made this in OBS button box, and then oh shoot, what did I call it? Oh yeah, here we go. Nano config.py. Ooh, you know what I could do, since it's a new one every time. Okay, so first things first, from Twitch.io, import from twitch.io.ext is one. I need a terminal. New terminal. Okay. Virtual environment. VM. Okay. Source VM bin activate. Good. Alright, now we're gonna pip install, or pip 3 install Flask cores in Twitch.io. Let's see what error happens. Did it install Twitch.io? Okay. Oh, it sure did. Good. Alright. So there is event sub. So now I have to from config import event sub token or alternatively what I could do is instead of defining a token like that, what I could do is import from UUID import UUID4. So what that'll do is event sub token equals UUID4, and then it'll automatically, or it'll generate it. Oh gosh. It'll generate it each time the program runs. Let's go ahead and try that out. Yeah, so it'll... Okay, so it'll do that. So it'll do it every time, but I have to strip the dashes. That's not gonna be helpful. Okay, so UID has no attribute strip because strip is part of string, the string class. So we'll go ahead and take that UID in, recast it as a string, and then apply strip to it to take the dashes out. So we have, we still have it using dashes. What? Alright, let's try UUID1 maybe. This, okay, not defined. Oh, that's right, because we're pulling in UUID4 specifically. So let's just create it. There we go. And now we'll strip the dashes out from there. still need to recast it as a string though. But even recast as a string and then stripping, it still keeps the dashes in there. What the hell? Okay. That is incredibly weird. Okay, what can I do here? Okay, so let's do this. Let's def generate token. So we're gonna go ahead and say token is equal to UUID4. Cast as a string. Okay, then. No, it doesn't make sense at all. That's the weirdest thing ever. However, from ASCII, from string, import letters, ASCII letters, ASCII Okay, so basically string handles all letters. Let me double check to make sure that actually has numbers too. No, just letters. I know what to do. So we're going to generate a UUID code, and then as a string, and then for char in UUID. Actually, let's do it for I in range 0 to len of token. Then if also create a string called repval. So then if token I in ASCII letters or range 0 through 9, then retval plus equals token I. So what that's going to do is going to go through one by one each letter of the UUID that's generated, and if it's in letters or numbers, it'll just add it to the return value. And if it's a dash, it won't. So hopefully that will accomplish what we're essentially trying to accomplish using strip. We'll return retval. So then event subtoken will now equal generate token. So we'll print event subtoken. Of course. Token I. So let's do some checking if token I is in the set. Let's see what it's actually trying to do when I run this. Nothing. equals, or it's not adding anything to it. So let's add that bit of debugging a little higher and see what's happening there. So I wonder. So I wonder if it was an issue with my conditional. It was. Alright, so it's not returning numbers though. Oh, right, that's because it's going to be a string. If in ASCII letters it's a little hacky, but I bet it'll work. No, it didn't. So if in ASCII letters or token I in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's a little hacky, but if you just go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if it finds it in that or in ASCII letters, which is A through Z, upper or lowercase, it'll return it. So that is a pretty reasonable token. So let's run this a few times, make sure we're gonna get solid results every time. We do. There's enough entropy so where it doesn't create anything too close together. All right. So, all right. So now we're gonna go ahead and work on subscription. We're having a problem with twitch.io.ext. Now, where we used that before in the past. We used that in the Geekbot. So let's see if maybe I am pulling this in wrong somehow. Okay, so from twitch.io.ext, import event sub. Okay, so event sub's the class, event sub is what we need. So let's see if that is still okay. Perfect. So that import is now working right. We still see a bit of it. We still see an error there, but that's because for some reason VS Code is not picking up the Python interpreter. Okay, so what's next? What's next? Token, so event sub token. That's good to go. Now, let's do the actual subscription. So it says, okay, so bot equals. Now, should I use the same token that Geekbot has, or should I use something else? I think I should probably use something else. So let's go back over to the Twitch developer console. No. All right, create an extension. So this page creates your extension as an API client, reserving it. Okay, I don't think that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, Twitch API. No. Okay, getting a token. Oh, register your app to obtain a client ID. Ah, okay. Developer console. That's the word I was missing. Console. Okay, so all right, so let's register the app. I'm gonna call it just event listener for now. We'll receive the result of all client authorizations, either an access token or failure message. So how do I... So how would I get this a token? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I just figured something out. So this is saying Twitch requires event subtargets to have TLS or SSL enabled HTTPS. Twitch.io doesn't support this. As such, you should use a reverse proxy, such as Nginx, to handle TLS SSL. Crap. Okay. Flask with TLS. So what? Okay. Have a think about this. Without the lights in my eyes. So what I need to do is have Flask served over HTTPS. What I'm using right now is just the development servers, but Flask is meant to be ran WSGI. WSGI should be able to make use of HTTPS through Apache or Nginx, but alright, yeah. Okay. All is not lost. So we'll keep working on this. So it generates the token. Have app, Flask name, callback. Now, I have to figure out what I have to have at the other end for that to... Well, let's just try this. https://unwisegeek.net. We'll call that port 5000 as well. see. Go to chatbot or broadcaster suite. I guess it'd just be application integration. Alright, there we go. So we'll go ahead and manage event listener. Alright, we're going to give it a client ID. And then Twitch also gave us a secret. Alright, so what? Why? Oh. There we go. Okay, so just sending just a typical status 200 after root. Excuse me. Alright, so I got the event sub token. I need to also define bot. Okay, so I also need import async IO to allow for awaits. Oh no, async IO doesn't have a wait. It's just Twitch IO. All right. So bot equals commands.bot. Gotta figure out what they mean by token. And some secret string, that's what I'm gonna generate. Yep, TW callback. So far, so good. An await event sub client. Oh, okay, so I have to put this in a... Await's only allowed within an async function? Okay, so it's not going to be a... So it shouldn't be an await function. It should just be event sub client subscribe, and then channel name. From config import client ID, client secret, channel name. Alright, so I should take a look in on bot just to see what token it's expecting. So opening up in I think bots and commands. Yeah, here it is. twitch.io.ext commands.bot. Token is a string. Prefix, client secret. Optional string. So what would token be? Maybe the client ID? Well, let me see how I did bot and geekbot. Yeah, the way they had the chat bot worked out and the way they're saying this one would work out are two completely different things. Like before we would, we created a class around bot that basically extended commands.bot and then went from there. But now not so much. That's weird. Okay. Okay. So the Geekbot, I used a TMI token, which, you know, instead they ask for an OAuth key now. So I'm kind of going off of what I know about Geekbot. So we'll see what comes of this. All right. So going back into config.py for this. Make sure I got the right thing. Yep. Okay. So back over here to Twitch listener. Also going to go ahead and import TMI token. So when we start up bot, we're going to give it TMI token. It'll be event sub TW callback, and event sub client will be subscribe channel subscriptions. Is there also a subscribe channel follows? Ah, okay. So called when someone creates a follow on a channel you've subscribed to. Okay. So it's event sub, event. Okay, so this is kind of silly. I'm gonna just go with what I know works. In that case, you know, by what I mean by that, just creating this as a class. So then I can def init self super init token equals TMI token. Don't need a bot prefix, and I don't need an initials channels either. So yeah, that. Do I need to do anything else for... Yes, I need to do the subscription. Let's see, event sub client, event sub dot event sub client. Do I still need bot? Oh, you know what? That might come later on. Yeah, that'll come later on. So bot equals bot. There we go. That's some client, so on and so forth. We do a bot run. Now we have to define a few functions. So basically, what does it do when... Okay, so called when Twitch sends a challenge to your server. You generally won't need to interact with this event. The extension will handle responding for you. Okay. Okay, so called when your app has had access revoked to a channel. So let's go ahead and add a event for this. Maybe I am overthinking the crap out of this. So let's actually not do it as a class. Sorry, y'all. And then bot will equal commands.bot token equals TMI token. Now above here, let's define our first event. Call it sub can sub revoke. And whenever Twitch revokes our channel subscription, what we'll do is we'll just exit. So alrighty then, so this thing has a lot going on. Not only is it going to be a Flask app, it's going to be a bot as well. This could be bad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I think I'm going to need some time offline to think about this and consider implementation. I do know that this kind of came out of left field, but we're good for it. Unlike what Yannick said, we are not screwed. Not screwed at all. We have the technology. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream here. Think about how this will be architectured a little bit. So it definitely seems to be that I'm going to have to create a Flask app that will intake notifications and then place them in a queue to be delivered to the local app on a periodic basis. Maybe do a call every 5-10 seconds or so for new follower messages. The question is, will I be able to do this as one unified app, or will I have to do this as several apps? Basically make the bot separate and listening to Twitch, and then when it receives a Twitch message, hit the API, or can I do them as one single entity? That'll be the question I have to, do some research on and figure some things out. If you have any insight, don't hesitate to reach out to me either through a Twitch DM or through Twitter. If you have any questions, or if you want to take a look at any of the code, check the description of the channels or the description of the YouTube video, and that'll lead you right to my GitHub repository. Thank you, everybody. It wasn't as action-packed of a night as I thought it would be. We did make some progress, though, in terms of how we're going to how we understand the architecture around this, and how we understand what what hoops Twitch will make us jump through to actually make this happen. Luckily, we have what we need. We have an SSL certificate on a public-facing IP hosted on DigitalOcean, which is nice. Thanks, DigitalOcean. But I had a lot of fun today. A lot of reading. I almost went cross-eyed, but it was good nonetheless. So thank you, everybody. I will see you next time.